Hey there, everyone. Welcome. I'm Joshua Jackson. I wanted to talk about that tragedy in Tennessee, that plant that exploded, where 16 people actually lost their lives. I mean, what an absolutely devastating tragedy that is. I wanted to go over a couple clips that kind of explains on what's going on at the moment. So yeah, let's get to it.
Start our evening briefing. Speaking tonight will be both sheriffs, as we talked about before, and representatives of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. So I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Davis. Sheriff.
Thank you, sir.
Just real quick before he starts, pay attention to this sheriff and how his voice cracks as he's talking about this situation. Like, you can tell he is emotionally tied to these people whose lives were lost. Like, he knew them in some way, I'm sure. He spoke, I believe it was yesterday, and he was saying how these people were a staple in their community. They knew them very well. They'd see them at baseball games and, restaurants, and they were intertied to the community. So just pay attention to this. It's heartbreaking.
Today, as I spoke earlier today, about us not being able to have notified all the families involved. I remember somebody on this side had asked me that question. I can tell you at this time, we have notified all 16 families of those people that we feel was involved in this situation, this tragedy. Now, you notice the number, there's a difference in the number there.
So the number has changed. It was originally like 18 or 19 people, but the other ones obviously were accounted for.
We have been able to locate and determine those two other folks was not on this site. And I'll give you an example of some of the reasons that we've had this problem. Their vehicle and their personal items were found on the scene, and we were unable to locate. And we naturally didn't, again, in efforts to be transparent with you, and efforts to be very open about all this, that's at the time we've been able to decide and locate those other two individuals. So we can tell you as of right now, we have contacted all 16, and we'll call them victims, our loved ones, families that we feel was part of this tragedy. It saddens me. I'm very thankful that we have located the other two.
Listen to the sadness in his voice. Like, this is personal to him. Like, he's a sheriff. He's seen some stuff before, I'm sure.
We've talked to several family members ourselves again today. For those of you that wasn't here this morning, our issue that we
It's
talked
just
about
a
earlier,
hole
the
in the
ordinances
ground.
went up
There's nothing
very
left.
well. And us being able to do that, it's just a perfect example of us having to slow down things and be more methodical. And as I explained to you earlier, we're literally having to clear foot by foot. And I'm literally meaning that as we take a step, if there's any kind of anything that we feel is in harm to any.
Yeah, they're having to go foot by foot because there very well can be explosives, lying around that haven't went off yet.
Emergency or any LEO or anyone that's personnel or for lack of better words, bomb squad or bomb tech guys that's on this working this. We're feeling that we're having to clear it foot by foot, and that's what we're doing. Sheriff?
People have reported hearing the blast like 25 miles away.
But like I said, it's still a very active scene that we're working. We have had several calls for debris in different areas.
This is another crazy thing that happened. The explosion was so immense that it sent debris flying in all directions. And people are actually now finding it, laying around, random areas.
So we are asking if you're in the area and do come across debris, you can contact Hickman County Sheriff's Office if you're in the Hickman County side, or Humphreys County Sheriff's Office as well.
Hey, I want to tell you about
Look at the sheer destruction in this video right here. I mean, there's nothing left.
Excuse me. I'm trying. our counties, both our counties was hit pretty hard in 21. We've already taken plans to prepare to take care of our loved ones and our families even more. What I mean by that?
Notice the moment he mentions families, he starts to break down.
Both of our school systems, our school directors have already started preparing for counseling folks to come in Monday when school goes back.
And this is another reason why, this gives me mad respect for this sheriff. I mean, he's worried about the children of the families, because most of the time they go unnoticed. I mean, yeah, they get, prayers and thoughts sent to them, but the emotional, stress and almost disbelief that they go through, most of the time runs unnoticed. And on top of that, he's thinking about the workers and the families of the workers. Mad respect to this sheriff.
For not only family members, for folks that had the families involved in this, but for law enforcement and for emergency personnel as well. And we're going to be talking about that later in detail, but I think that shows or is a prime example of how we're trying to prepare every day and looking ahead to the future. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Tyra Cunningham. I am the Assistant Special Agent in charge with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives here in the Nashville Field Division. Activation of the National Response Team, otherwise known as NRT, that the Sheriff spoke about. This team is comprised of a bevy of professionals to include certified explosive specialists, bomb technicians, electrical engineers, forensic chemists, and many other explosives and fire investigative specialists, to include intelligence research specialists as well.
So what she's basically saying is they're going to bring in a bunch of experts to go over with a fine-tooth comb to try to figure out what exactly happened here, because they still don't know at this point in time.
What we can say is that every effort is being made to conduct a thorough, methodical, and science-based investigation.
So you would think that they would have protocols in place, rules, regulations, whatever it may be, to avoid something like this happening. I'm glad they're bringing in the experts, because they'll get down, to what exactly was the cause. But my heart goes out to all the families. I mean, what a tragedy. Yeah, prayers to you guys. Hope you like this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you. Peace.